The idea all started with our students. We had an original rec centre on the site that was built in the late 70s. When it was built, there was about 10,000 students and we'd swelled to over 40,000. So there was a huge demand to offer more space, more activity, more diversity of what was available. And it took a good decade to bring it to reality, but we're really proud with what we've achieved and the students are loving it. So it's on point with what our students of today are after. So you come into the access control gates at reception, you swipe on through, everything is accessible. So it's a one point of entry, nothing's locked down. And if you want to play in a game of badminton, you can then go for a swim, soak in the spa, read a book on the roof, go to a weights workout, jump on the bouldering wall, hit a squash ball around it. It's never ending. I think the biggest challenge was really we built this building on a very constrained city site. We could have picked up a lot of the components of this and built them on the fringes or way off campus. We had a driver to make sure we had wellbeing and recreation smack in the middle of campus, so this Sector 300 is the absolute heart. What it's done is it's created this unique facility. It's meant we've stacked up over 8 floors and we've packed as much into this space available as possible. This space is really popular already. This will be one of the constraints. You can never build enough weights on campus, and what's nice here is we have a connection with Simon Street. People can be wandering down the main heart of the city and have a look in. As you wander through, you can see into the weights, you can see right through to the aquatic hall. We've made a deliberate effort to make sure there's a line of sight to different spaces. So if I'm involved in weightlifting, I might just get tempted by the pool or sucked into trying to shoot some hoops. And what that is, it's a great way to get students to connect and meet different people and try different activities. The ability to just completely recline, spend some time in a hanging chair or a recliner, still being able to see the activity, so things like having the squash and the pool right there was important. And these spaces, as well as the spectator area for the pool, designed in the same sort of style, will be really nice spot. If you're having a busy day, you can come in here and just kick back. About half or over half of the capital to fund it has already been funded with the Student Services Levy. So the students each year pay a component towards supporting the non-academic services on campus. And luckily, that had been put away to fund a facility such as this because we knew we were running out of space. On top of that, the students continue to pay that levy and then membership fees. And the building's open to students, to staff, to community. And we also will host a lot of events, host teams, international tournaments, etc. So putting all that together is what makes it viable and able to be developed. We focused on what components the students really wanted, and the lane swimming, sport, all of the things in the normal water that you would expect were there, but there was an equal balance with leisure. So things like the oversized spa, which doubles as a hydrotherapy pool. There's a sense of being able to come in, put a movie on the screen, catch up with friends on a Friday night and have a social element was just as important as lane swimming or competing in sport. So we've tried to cater to both. As an athlete, when you come and compete, being able to bomb and use those spaces to relax and is really nice too. We've already been meeting with High Performance Sport New Zealand, and the thing that really drives over its relationships are the high performance athletes and the students on our campus at the time. So right now there's 250 students on our program. They do a very diverse range of sport, and what we'll try and do is to partner and develop where that student demand is. So rather than it really being up to us, it's all about the students coming through, and that can change from year to year. We'll keep investing where that growth is. So the students are lucky. I wish I was a student with this available for $200 a year is what they pay. And we went out and did a big market scan, and we looked at what a market rate would be for the building. We worked with PwC to get that revalidated and came up with a price recommendation. The community rate to join the facility at the moment is $1,500 a year. We've discounted almost $500 off that for our staff to prioritise them joining for their wellbeing. For the students, because they're already paid for half the building, plus they pay over $1,000 a year for the support of non-academic services, they just pay a small top-up on top of what they're already contributing. We've already had a couple of requests from the Aussie teams, and I would love the All Blacks to reach out to us, and we'd prefer to host them if we could. Having aquatic facilities for the hydro training, extensive fitness facilities, catering, breakout spaces for meetings, a lot of accommodation on campus. We have everything here, and it goes as far as our postgrad physiotherapy on campus and a lot of the support from sport and exercise science. So our sport and exercise science department is already supporting high performance cycling with the wind tunnels. It's looking at sleep deprivation for high performance athletes. All sorts of research is already happening. So if we can partner that academic support with these facilities and be able to host as many high performance teams as possible, we're very passionate about that.